Hi everybody, welcome to today's episode of Save the Kales. I'm Jaime K, and today we are making a vegan pulled pork barbecue sandwich using shredded oyster mushrooms, and we're going to top it with a fresh coleslaw. Then we're going on a summer adventure in our community, but right now we're going to make a Polish chilled cherry soup. I'm really excited to share this recipe with you for a chilled cherry soup. This is a Polish recipe that my dad used to make. I remember he would make it in the summertime, so I just put a little bit of a twist on it, and it's going to be great for any kind of party you go to. So to start off, we're going to get 2 cups of water and just put those in a saucepan. Okay, then 1 cinnamon stick, just throw the whole thing in. 1/4 of a teaspoon of allspice. If you don't have allspice, you can throw in 2 or 3 whole cloves. That would be fine as well. And the zest of 1 lemon. So get your microplane grater or your zester, they're kind of the same thing, and just go ahead and get the zest off that lemon. When you do this is a good time to buy organic if you can find organic lemons. Usually when you're just squeezing the juice out, it's not that important, but we're eating the outside. And hang on to that lemon because we're going to use some of the lemon juice a little bit later. But for now, we're going to go and get this on the stove and let this simmer for 10 minutes. Okay, so once that liquid has boiled, you want to just strain it out using a fine mesh strainer to get all of those like lemon pieces out of there, and then set it down. And now we're going to add the cherries. So we're using 1 cup of pitted cherries. So I just cut them in half and rip the pits out. If you also have a cherry pitter, I guess, is that what they're called? You can do it quite easily. So 1 cup of those, and then keep some aside because we're going to garnish the soup a little bit later. And grab that lemon and just cut a chunk off the end and squeeze the fresh lemon juice in. This is going to be about a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. Try not to get any seeds. And we are going to add some sugar to this as well. I have here a tablespoon of sugar. If you want, you can make it a little sweeter. You can add 2 tablespoons of sugar. That's really up to you. All right, now we're going to get this back on the stove to boil for about 5 more minutes. So now we're going to add the last component to the dish. And typically this is made with like a sour cream or a yogurt or something like that. So I'm just going to use some almond milk. So I have 1/3 of a cup of almond milk, and I'm going to add that to a different saucepan. And we're going to thicken that up with some arrowroot powder. And if you don't have this, you can just use like a white flour and make sure you cook the flour down a little bit. But arrowroot powder makes everything really thick, and it's a really good kind of flavorless alternative. So we're going to mix that up and cook it and keep whisking it for about 3 or 4 minutes. And once that's done, I'll show you what it looks like. It is a little strange, but as you can see, it gets really kind of thick and goopy. When we add this to that hot boiling soup, it's going to incorporate really well and give it more of a thick, creamy consistency. So I'm going to get the soup off the stove. Okay, and we'll just add that in and mix everything. And now you can just eat it at this point, but I like to put it in a blender and whip everything up, and then you refrigerate it. And after it's refrigerated for a few hours, because you want it to be chilled, we're going to add more fresh cherries in when we plate everything. So I'm going to get this in the blender and then put it in the fridge. Okay, so the soup has chilled in the fridge for a few hours, and I'm just going to pour that in. There we go. And now garnish with a few more fresh cherries. It's almost like gazpacho, like cherry gazpacho, if you want to think about it that way. Pile them up because I really like them. And there you have it, a chilled Polish cherry soup. I hope you enjoy.